Picture two people, same city, same age, same kind of job. The first guy pulls up to work every morning in a brand new Audi. Black, clean. People notice. He's got the watch, the fresh outfit. When the team goes to lunch, he picks up the tab. Every time. People think he's absolutely killing it. The second guy drives a 2016 Camry with a small dent on the passenger side. His watch is nothing special. He brings lunch from home most days. Nobody thinks much about him. Here's the thing, though. Last month, the first guy borrowed $200 from his mom. He makes $80,000 a year, and he genuinely cannot tell you where it went. He just knows his account is empty again. The second guy quietly transferred $1,400 into his investment account last Tuesday. Same as every month. No announcement, no post, just done. He's been doing that for 5 years. And most of us were trained, without even realizing it, to become the first guy, to look like money, to wear it, drive it, perform it. That one instinct is quietly making millions of people broke. My name is Ricky, and today I want to talk about something that sounds almost offensive when you first hear it. Looking poor might be one of the most powerful things you can do for your financial future. Not suffering, not deprivation, something very specific. And by the end of this, I think you'll see it completely differently. If this hits home, hit subscribe. It genuinely helps. There's a cost almost nobody names directly. It's not your rent, not your groceries, not even the car payment. I call it the appearance tax. It's everything you spend every month just to look like you're doing well, not to actually do well, just to look like it. Think about that honestly. The car that's slightly nicer than you need, the apartment in the neighborhood that sounds better at parties, the clothes you bought because someone at work got something similar and you felt a certain way about that. None of that was really for you. That was for the audience. Conservatively, for a lot of people, the appearance tax runs somewhere between $800 and $1,500 a month. Do the math. $1,200 a month times 12. That's $14,400 a year, spent performing success at people who weren't really watching. Now here's where it actually stings. $14,000 invested annually for 20 years at 7%, that's around $570,000. You didn't lose it gambling. You spent it on the appearance of wealth instead of actual wealth. Now be honest with yourself for a second. Not who you want to be, who you actually look like today. Because that feeling you're sitting with right now, that's useful. Stay with it. Here's something worth asking. Why do we do this in the first place? Why does a person who can't afford something buy it anyway just to look a certain way? This didn't happen by accident. There are entire industries worth trillions of dollars whose single job is to make you feel like your current life isn't enough. Social media algorithms are engineered to show you the most aspirational version of everyone around you. Advertising has spent 70 years perfecting one message: who you are right now is insufficient. The right product fixes that. Kids on TikTok at 13 are already learning that what you wear is who you are. By the time you have a real income, the wiring is already done. You don't notice the pressure, you just feel it. This vague pull to upgrade, to keep up, to not fall behind. That pressure was designed. It was profitable. You were handed a script. Most people just never questioned it. Here's an idea I keep coming back to. When you see someone driving an expensive car, you don't actually think about the driver. You think about yourself, how you'd feel in that seat, what people would think of you. The driver gets almost none of the admiration they think they're getting. Now flip that. The person who looks unremarkable, who drives the paid-off car, who doesn't signal anything, they have something genuinely valuable. I call it the invisibility advantage. Nobody's tracking their spending. Nobody's benchmarking against them. Nobody's watching. So they can quietly do whatever they want with their money. No pressure to upgrade when the neighbor upgrades.
No unspoken obligation to match the lifestyle of people around them. Just free. And freedom in finance doesn't come from earning more, not at first. It comes from being invisible enough that the social pressure can't find you.
I call this next one the costume trap. I say costume because that's really what it is. When you buy things mainly to signal status, you're putting on a costume. And the problem with costumes is you have to keep wearing them. You can't drive the BMW to the holiday party and then trade it in for a Honda in January. The costume locks you in, and it gets more expensive every year because everyone around you is upgrading too, and suddenly last year's version looks a little dated. Here's how the trap works in real life. A friend of mine got promoted 2 years ago, about a $20,000 salary jump. I saw him 3 months later. New truck, new apartment, nicer gym. I asked how the raise was treating him. He said, honestly, that he felt more stressed about money than before. He made more, felt better for about 5 weeks, then the new normal arrived. Same tightness, just at a higher number. The people who escape this trap do something that feels almost strange. When they earn more, they try to look like they earn the same. They keep the old car a little longer, pocket the raise instead of wearing it. Over time, they stop needing the costume at all. Here's the reframe. For most people, in the years that actually matter for building wealth, looking wealthy and getting wealthy are almost completely opposite activities. The people spending heavily on appearances are draining the exact capital they'd need to build real assets. The people who look unremarkable, they're stacking. There's a signal that genuinely secure people give off. And it's not the watch, it's not the car, it's the calm. When you're not performing anything, when there's no audience to maintain, there's a kind of ease that comes through. You stop doing the mental math at every social event. Who upgraded what? Who's ahead? You're just off that track entirely. That calm, that's what financial security actually looks like up close. Not flashy, just settled. So let's go back to those two guys, the Audi, the watch, the tabs picked up at lunch, and the dented Camry, the packed lunch, the completely unremarkable Tuesday. By the time they're both 55, the first guy is still working because he has to. Decades of performing wealth meant he never actually built any. On a Tuesday afternoon, he looks completely fine, but there's nothing underneath it. The second guy, he might retire early. He might not, but he has a choice, and the choice is everything. The choice is what he was building toward the whole time. Look, I'm not saying never buy anything nice. I'm not saying punish yourself for wanting good things. I'm saying know which game you're actually playing. Are your possessions something you genuinely chose, or are they choosing for you? Quietly, every month, extracting the cost of an audience's approval from your actual future. Because the most powerful financial move available to most people right now isn't a stock pick, it isn't a side hustle, it isn't some complicated strategy, it's just deciding, quietly, to stop performing. Stop performing, start building. And let the people with the Audis wonder how you got so calm.